some bug has come and it needs to be debugged. Smarantah smarayantascha mitho ghoga haram harim. It's a bit of a tongue twister. But the next line is, we all know, Bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya vivrat utpulakam tanu. From bhakti comes bhakti. What does that mean? Somebody else has that bhakti and bhakti hops. So bhakti has a quality of hopping. Now, if we are sadhaka and we meet another good sadhaka, what hops from his heart or her heart to our heart? Shraddha, strong Shraddha. We might be low in Shraddha, but if a sadhaka is very good, practicing properly, then our Shraddha gets renewed. And everything is based on the pedestal of Shraddha. Shraddha means Shastrartha Vishwasa, according to Jiva Goswami, that there is a word in Hindi called Nanu Nach. We do like that, right? Sometimes have doubt, but Shastrartha Vishwasa means no Nanu Nach. Nanu is a word in Sanskrit, and every time a commentary comes, they have to raise a question, they will say Nanu. So, no Nanu Nach. Shastrartha Vishwasa. If we don't have now, at least we park the judgment, or as we were saying, delayed judgment. Maybe a time will come, then more and more Shastrartha Vishwasa will. But sometimes it really hops in when you meet a person who has Shastrartha Vishwasa, right? So bhakti has a hopping nature. Now, what if you meet a Bhavuka Bhakta? So first you met a Sadhaka Bhakta, so what increased? Shraddha. If you meet a Bhavuka Bhakta, what will happen? More specifically, greed will come. Laulyam will come. And laulyam is specific here, which means one will start getting attracted to a particular mood. Things may not be clear, but at least he or she may start feeling, okay, the mood of Yashoda Maya resonates, or Sridham Subala resonates, or Gopis Manjaris resonate, ityadi. But a Bhavuka Bhakta, it hops. And what if you meet a Premika Bhakta? Premika Bhakta. Krishna Prem will hop. So this means, well, we do our efforts of our sadhana, but it's very important to have devotee association because bhakti has this hopping tendency. Bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya. It's a gift. And that's the reason we take shelter of also our acharyas. They are not here right now. They may be, we are pretty sure that they will be here kind of monitoring us so that we do kosher discussion, we do appropriate discussion. They are present in unembodied way. But that does not stop us to take their association. And how do we take that? Through their books. Some years ago, at Silicon Valley, one brahmachari was in sort of transit from Silicon Valley to somewhere, Australia, I think, and he just called me up. And he said, I wish to come to the temple. And at the time, we were poor graduate students, no vehicle conveyance, things like that. So somehow I couldn't arrange for his commute to the temple. But he made a very nice statement, very nonchalantly. Aise he said, okay, fine, I'll just associate with Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And I was little startled. Kya chal raha hai? What's going on? Then I realized he is saying that he will take association of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami through what? Chaitanya Charitamrita. See the intention. Prabhupada would say 16 rounds on the beats, infinite rounds off the beats. Now, big challenge. How can you be attentive and infinite rounds off the beats and while driving? Question, right? Either we have to stop chanting those infinite round of the beats, or somehow, I don't know, we have to divide ourselves, one part of ourselves chanting and one part ourselves driving. But no, what's the intention in that instruction? अपना विकेट कभी भी उड़ सकता है. We can die at any time. So the intention is that as far as possible, Queens, there was a band, it says show must go on, right? For us it is transcendental vibration must go on. Beads or no beads, the intention is important. When we sit, the intention is attention. When we are walking throughout the day, what's the intention? As much association with whom? Shri Harinam Prabhu, isn't it? Has been repeated so much by Harishari, Prabhu, Shrutakirti, Prabhu, all the different biographies and Srila Prabhupada memories, that he would just not stop chanting. He got heart attack. Brahmanand Prabhu got the doctor, and the doctor said, this old man chants a lot, or prays a lot. He must go for a walk. And Prabhupada started walk. But he never stopped chanting in the walk also. So our acharyas are teaching us the intentions. And just as this brahmachari told that he will associate with Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, today we want to associate with Narottama Dāsa Thākura, especially through this magnum opus, the great book, his greatest contribution. He has written two books, Prarthana and Prema-bhakti-candrikā. Prarthana has 49 songs. Anybody remember some of the songs? Hari Hari Bifale Janam Goai. There are others also. Vrindavana Ramya Sthana. Beautiful songs. And Prabhupada loved them. And then there is this book called Prema-bhakti-candrikā. Prema-bhakti-candrikā has 120 sort of verses. Given our limited time, if we decide 120 verses, we will just reciting them. So we will do an overview of Prema-bhakti-candrikā. It's such a special song. It is called Śrī-rūpanuga-gīta. Why it is called Rūpanuga-gīta? Because it's as though a commentary on the teachings of Rupa Goswami. But it's very sweet. It's in simple Bengali, which almost looks like Hindi. And it can be memorized easily. It can be remembered easily. Plus, there is a history of our acharyas glorifying this book. Somebody went to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. We all know about this personality in our acharya parampara. And he was asked, Prem kaise milta hai? How can we get prem? He said, or somebody even he would have dared to ask, Prem ka kya mulya hai? What's the cost of prem? He said, 2 paisa. Because at that time, Prema-bhakti-candrikā was available in 2 paisa or 2 taka. But it's deep. Even if we get it in 2 taka now, maybe in $10 or in Ras Bihari Lal, whatever, 400 rupees. It's deep. Because it is what? Prema-bhakti-candrikā. What is Prema-bhakti? Maybe some of you are already at that stage, but this Das is trying for sadhana bhakti. Bhakti in practice. And if hote things by our effort and majority by also kripa, we get to sadhya form. Sadhya means perfection. First, light starts coming of perfection, which is called bhav. So sadhya is divided into 2, bhav and prem. In bhav, acharyas tell us that jagte hue, sote hue, while awake or while in dreams, we start getting a glimpse of our spiritual form. Dhundla dhunda sa. Attraction towards a particular mood starts arising and some magical things start happening. I'm saying theoretically by seeing the scriptures. But in praying, it's full picture on, non-stop. You don't know whether you're in this world or that world. Actually, these days also, we are not completely in this world, isn't it? Very difficult to stay in present. We are in the world of our minds. Mind over matter. But that world is illusory, what we generally are in. Somebody could say that that's also illusory. Even if so, it is much better. There are no hindrances there. So Prema Bhakti is our cherished goal, and every morning I think we sing, any serious bhakta who desires to achieve what, who should carefully guard himself against all these offenses to quickly achieve the desired goal of life, and then volume rises to like double or triple Krishna Prema. That's this Prema Bhakti. Why it is Chandrika? Because this book is sweet. And it teaches it in a very soft, gentle, sweet manner. And moonlight or Chandrika is considered to be very soothing. We all remember the first nights of Kartik. Anybody knows how that verse starts? The first verse of Ras Leela, the moonlit night, Kamdev decided, Sharadot Pulla Mallikaha, Vikshirantum Manaschakre Yogo Maya Samavrita. So Kamdev first thought, I need to have a battle. And he goes to Narada. Narad says, just go to Krishna. And Krishna gave him all options. So which battle you want? In private, or just Hindi mein we say, chaude mein. In the full, all facilities tipped in your favor. Moonlit night, fragrance all around, infinite gopis, and I have no weapons. You want to fight the four like this? Kamdev decided, and he lost royally. So these nights are very special, and in Vrindavan often we put a kheer in those moonlit nights at the top, and it becomes a special kheer because moonlight soothes it. Even in Bhagavad Gita it is said, Aushadhi, all the herbs are nourished by moonlight. So we are talking about this moonlight of Prema Bhakti Chandrika. Before beginning it, he does Mangalacharan. And we all know this Mangalacharan. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnana Janashalakaya Chakshuru Lilitam Yena Tasmai Śrī Gurave Namah. Then he says, this is the verse we also repeat, it comes from Narottama Dāsa Thākura. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Right there in the beginning, he's saying the statement that it is a commentary on Rupa Goswami's teaching. He's praying to Rupa Goswami. Mangalacharan means either you give blessings or you establish what's the subject matter. He is establishing this subject matter. And going forward, he has many things which he could say. There are many topics. You can begin the book in many different ways, but he chooses to begin with glorifying the Guru, which is what is chosen by our acharyas to sing daily. Śrī Guru-pūjā Padma Kevala Bhakti Padma Śrī Guru-pūjā Padma Kevala Bhakti Padma Bando Muli Shavadhana Mate Bando Muli Shavadhana Mate Śrī Guru Charana Padma, the lotus feet, Padma Charana of Śrī Guru, is Kevala Bhakti Shadma. Shadma means an abode. A place of what? Keval Bhakti. What is Keval Bhakti? Uttama Bhakti. It's not Gauni Bhakti. What is Gauni Bhakti? Bhakti which is covered. Which means sometimes you become very engrossed into either going after karma phala. Phala means fruit of the karma. Or if we have risen above the karma phala hankering, we get attached to karma asakti. Sometimes people really don't worry about the fruits, but they must work. We were giving the example that some of the shops you see in small towns, you will have 3 generations of people sitting in the shop. 80-year-old grandfather, 60-year-old father, and 40-year-old son, and all fighting. 80-year-old grandfather, he could retire, but no, he won't get phala also, right? The 40-year-old son will take away. But why he's working? Karma asakti. This karma covers bhakti. Then sometimes the frustration from the world becomes so much that we just want to get rid of everything. Even people, even sometimes devotees. Ravindra Swarup Prabhu, the great Ravindra Swarup Prabhu, to whom we owe a lot. He did a lot of reforms and he wrote a book called Founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. He and his wife, earlier, the temple presidents were like parents and the brahmacharis were like kids. And he was one of the oldest. So they were going to buy the ornaments for the deities. So they went to a shop. And this shop owner was a Hasidic Jew. Anybody heard about Hasidic Jews? They are settled in New York and they have typical black dresses, black caps, and they will have some of the Hindi में उसे जुल्फे कहते हैं some of the hair, curly hair locks, and somehow they have some threads also which almost appear like a Brahman thread. Very conservative. They don't work on Saturdays. Saturdays is Shalom Shabbat. So our Satyaraj Prabhu wrote a book, Om Shalom, combining teachings of Hare Krishna and Judaism. So they went into this shop and they looked at this owner. Just by seeing at the owner, Ravindra Swarup Prabhu can understand this person is being cheated by everybody. I speak louder than anything. He could see at this person and figure out that his business partners have cheated him. Maybe his better half is not talking. His kids are not giving him respect. Hindi word is khusat. So this khusat Prabhu, whatever, the Hasidic Jew comes and tells, so what do you do? And they explain all the personalistic philosophy. We tie the turbans like this and the plates are going like this. So we need a furry dress and things like that. And he is just appalled. And he told, son, can you tell a philosophy of life which I have learned? So Ravindra Swarup said, yes. He said just 2 words. You want to know what are those 2 words? He said, people stink. It's quite deep. Second one? People stink. And Ravindra Swarup Prabhu could understand why impersonalistic philosophy could become so common. And sometimes we also get that tendency and we may think in that way. This tendency is the tendency of Gyan. I will reach the Godhead or not Godhead, Brahman on my own, and I don't need the association. Devotees. So this also covers bhakti. Hence, it is not Kevala bhakti. See how practical it is. We can search among ourselves whether we are motivated by karma phala, karma asakti, or we are motivated tendency to just be by ourselves and just get rid of the material world. So there is no positive experience of rasa with Krishna. It's just getting rid. That's jnana. That's not Kevala bhakti. This is a purport to Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.1.11. What's that words? Anya bhilashita shunyam. Now note it. It is not anya bhilasha shunyam. It's anya bhilashita shunyam. What is this ita? It is a particular suffix in Sanskrit which means desire for. So what is problematic is desire for desire, not the desire. Let me repeat. The problem is desire for desire, not the desire, because desires, those tons of are there. They will keep on coming. But desire for desire means we maintain desire. And what offense is that? Ninth offense, which oftentimes we forget. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. We talk about the mad elephant offense, which is the first one, that we should not blaspheme the devotees, and Guru Avagya. But this ninth offense is also, sometimes shoved under the carpet, that maintaining material desires even after hearing, then we raise our eyes like Jagannath and broaden our mouth. So many instructions in this matter. Actually, this is Anya Bilashita. That desire for desire should not be there. We are full of desires, right? But still we can do Uttama Bhakti. If we don't desire for the desire, and it's not covered by karma, it's not covered by jnana. Kevala Bhakti Sadma. And therefore, Vando Mu Ishabadhan. Mati, Savdhan. Savdhani Hati, Durgatna Ghati, as they say. Savdhan, Sadhu Savdhan. Not like paranoid way, but certain carefulness, awareness, that's important. And what will happen because of this? Jahara prasade bhave he bhavato riya Krishna prati hoy Krishna prati hoy we will get the prasad from there. Oh bhai. Some acharyas say that bhai is actually addressed to our mind, because it's a non-devotee, or not yet devotee whom we are staying with all the while. Sometimes we have to also change our terminology, that there is no non-devotee. There is just not yet devotee. It's just a matter of time. Jahara prasade bhai e bhava, this sansar. Not in the sense of geography. It's not like we have to go somewhere. But this old material entanglement, toriya jai. We will cross it. And once we cross it, who is waiting on the other side? Krishna prapti. Hoye jaha hoyete. Hoyete means isse hota hai. So isse Krishna prapti will happen. Therefore, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chite Te Koriya Aur Na Kori Ho Mane Ashra Aur Na Kori Ho Mane Ashra. Rupa Goswami also begins with this, Tasmad Guru Pada Shreyas, first limb. Rupa Goswami starts with 64 limbs, right? First, there are 20 limbs, and out of that, the first 10 limbs are what to do. Next 10 is what not to do. And in the 10 limbs of what to do, it begins with Tasmad, therefore, Guru Pada Shreyas. Fifth, Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam. Focus both on Diksha and then take Shiksha. Diksha and Shiksha both are important. And then he says another interesting thing, which is the third limb, Vishrambhena Guroho Seva. Now this Vishrambha means in confidence. It can also means in friendship, which means we sort of feel, although we are servants of our Guru, right? But there is some sense, we would see in lives of Prabhupada, how his disciples would tell, so Prabhupada, where would you want to go? There is an invitation from X, Y, Z, U. And Prabhupada would always choose the wildest place. Shyamasundar Prabhu would suggest, oh, I'm just giving out numbers, giving out places name. I don't remember exactly. Oh, Prabhupada, there's an invitation from France is there, and then Detroit is there, and then Nairobi is there. And he already knows what to Prabhupada choose. Because where there is where there is a need, there is the greatest opportunity to serve. Where there is a need, there is greatest opportunity to serve. And Prabhupada wanted to go far and wide to places where nobody would go, right? Upstate New York, all the other Swamis and yogis had come before Prabhupada, and Allen Ginsberg would say they were all sitting in posh locality, in posh places with French furniture. Where was Prabhupada? Lower East Side, where, some bum is sleeping here and there. Often Prabhupada would say, I was loitering like a vagabond. It's Prabhupada's word. I was loitering like a vagabond. He would also get dejected sometimes. And he would go and check the harbor. Was it Commonwealth Pier? No, not that was in Boston where he landed, but the New York harbor, checking when is the next ship going. And the personnel there would ask, you always ask when is the next ship going, and you don't go. So Srila Prabhupada disciples would act with Prabhupada as servants, but in like confidence, right? Like friends also. And that's what Hari Shauri Prabhu said in his interview, that Prabhupada really liked to be amongst all of us. Prabhupada would really love spending time with his disciples. It's as though he had all the time. Anybody could go, and Prabhupada had hours and hours to talk. Well, in one way, he didn't get much of the association later in the Gaudiya Math. And then Prabhupada would view all these disciples as whom? As representatives of his Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. So that's why it is said, Vishrambhena Guroho Seva. But in Vishrambha, there is other also. Some respect. We can't take things for ride. Yes, we are serving Guru, but sometimes in enthusiasm we cross a lot of lines. And this also has to be kept in mind. Therefore, Savadhana Mate. He is after all Guru. And that's why sometimes people also recommend not too close, not too far. Too close, we may start having what? Buddhi, Jatiya Buddhi, Deha Buddhi. And too far means we are cut off. This does not mean distance-wise, by the way. This means in our consciousness. Far away means not meditating on the instructions of the Guru. And too close means trying to analyze too much, even the humanness, non-humanness. You see what I'm trying to say? Vishrambhena Guroho Seva. Most important, we focus on Vani. That's why Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Kariha Aikya Arana Kari Ho Mane Asha. Now, this is such a significant principle, but it is applicable in everybody's life in different way, and we have to be very careful. Kabir Das, you heard the name, was an Indian poet. And some say he was a Ramanuji, because he came in the Ramanandi line, which is an offshoot of Ramanuji. Or we can say it's a North Indian Ramanuji line. Kabir Das would say, Jisko jiske Guru ne jo paros diya. Whomever was served or given whatever by his or her Guru, that's the food. For some, it is bitter as a neem. For some, it is sweet as a khand. And we know, sugar is the pure form of sugar. किसी को कड़वा नीम, किसी को खांड जैसा sugar. So who are we to kind of analyze that? No, that's little bitter, you should change it. No. For every guru and the disciple, there is this unique relationship, and the guru knows what he or she needs. We go to Govardhan and there is this beautiful palace-like place. You know this place? Various white palaces, beautiful palaces. Now even Bollywood shooting is happening there. Any guesses? Kusum Sarovar. Abhi it's open for Bollywood also. It's a very historic place because a great pastime also happened here. Krishna was claiming himself to be the king of Vrindavan, and he is going and capturing the gopis. But at that day, Gopas didn't come with Krishna because they know har bar pitwata hai. Once pitwane ka kaam happened in Vilaskar. You know Vilaskar? In Barsana, there are 4 heads of Brahma. Mangad, where the transcendental anger was displayed. There is Bhangad, where is this Kushal Bihari Mandir. Then there is Dangad, where the Dan Leela happens. Then there is this Vilaskar. Every time Krishna would ask for taxes in the form of dahi, butter, all those things. And once gopis decided inko maja chakhana padega. What happened? The gopas got caught and all of them were tied to the trees with their shikhas. So that bitter experience they didn't forget. So now when Krishna was roaming around in Pushpavan thinking that how can they dare to pluck flowers from my forest, they said, Udanchu ho jana chahiye. Otherwise, again, we don't know where our shikhas or where our dhotis will be tied. Whether they'll be dhotis or not, we don't know. So Krishna went alone, very confident, and he accosted Radharani, saying that I am Vrindavaneshwara. These are my flowers. How can you pluck? But Radharani was smart. Oh, well, Lalita was smart. She is the prime minister. She's Prakhara. Prakhara means taste the rat. Those who know Hindi know this is the exact translation of Prakhara. Taste the rat means you cannot subdue. Lalita had already planned gigabytes and gigabytes of gopis around. The gopis come and they accosted Krishna. Now you will have punishment. Can you guess what punishment was doled out? And this is the sweetness of Vrindavan, that even the danda is meditative. Like we celebrated Pani Hati Chida Dahi festival. It's a Danda Mahotsav. The dand given was, Radharani said, in ISKCON Seattle, all the Matajis decorate my hair. In this home, maybe Kavita Mani Mataji decorate the hair of Radharani. But you will get the dand that now you decorate my hair. And as Krishna is he's obeying Vishrambhena Guru Seva. Lalita is the Guru. He's going around catching all the flowers very meticulously. And then he's coming and decorating hair of Radharani, and she is also observing that, holding a mirror. That's the temple near Kusum Sarovar called Bana Vihari temple, where there is one Shalagram Shila as Radha, another as Krishna, and holding a mirror. And at the top, there is a verse composed by Sriman Amrendra Prabhu in the glory of Bana Vihari temple, and it is written there. So this is the Kusum Sarovar. Here there a saint used to stay. It was a very simple personality. Not like gymnastics. Some of us do gymnastics, some do intellectual gymnastics, some do physical gymnastics. He was very simple, and the Guru told him, your service is to do chauka lagana. Now that's a Braj word. It means, you clean the rasoi with cow dung and clean it basically. That is your seva. If you get time, you come and hear. Well, some of the disciples sometimes would say, he's not hearing or whatever it is. But still he would manage sometimes to sneak in and hear also. One day he didn't come. It was after many, many years. The Guru asked the disciples, what happened? They said, I don't know. He's just sitting like this. And Avira Lashrudhara. No other expressions. He's sitting like this. Tears maybe made a small little whirlpool here and there. So Guru understood. The Guru came and told him, say that name was Krishnadas. Krishnadas, what happened? I don't know. No other day it was happening like this. But just today I saw Radha and Krishna is having his, in Braj Bhasha it is called Gala Bhaiya. Gale Lagna. Krishna was having his arms around Radharani and they're just walking and they're looking at me. And this chavi I saw and now it does not go away only. I don't know. Sorry, I missed the lecture. Guru said, Kaam ho gaya hai. Your work is done. So this Guru gave a particular seva to this particular disciple and his work was done. So bitter neem or sweet khand, it depends. And hence we do not have prerogative to do cut feet in that instructions. We have been given a particular instruction, somebody is given particular instruction, we go to it. It's between the Guru and the disciple. This happened in ISKCON also. We heard of Yamuna Mataji. Yamuna Devi Mataji was on the forefront till 1974. She perfect cook. She was the alone lady in Vrindavan. Husband Gurudas Prabhu, and then slowly sannyasi started increasing in ISKCON, and naturally she was not able to get that much time, and it's tough. So she decided to move on to other service and move to Portland with her friend Dina Tarini Mataji. They stayed in a small caravan sort of thing, and from here she started her cooking. She always had in mind to kind of popularize the cooking. She started writing books, etc. But the sannyasis would tell Prabhupada, deviation. And they will go and tell both of them, deviation. You will fall apart. And Prabhupada told the sannyas, what's your problem, Baba? All Matha Pachi we are only doing, managing the whole world and ISKCON. There's such a nice, humble program. I really like it. See how Prabhupada is looking at it? And Yamuna Devi Mataji says in that book, Unalloyed Devotion, that they were 100% sure at least one person understood them fully. Who is that person? Srila Prabhupada. And hence we can be rest assured, Guru understands us. But it will only happen if Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Gori Hai. नीम मिला है तो नीम खाने का है, खांड मिला है तो खांड चबाने का है. That is following the instructions. But sometimes it can be delayed. Dhiraj Maharaj explains that he was given instruction to write, but he couldn't write. And hence, in each of his book, in the introduction, he says, the instruction of the Guru can be delayed but not ignored. So sometimes you have to keep patience also. Some instruction came, it's not now or never. Pray on it, meditate on it. How did Prabhupada do? 1922, he met Bhakti Siddhanta, and a bizarre instruction was given. The more we think about the bizarreness, the more bewildered we become. At that time, Prabhupada was 3 years into Gandhian movement. He had torn off his degree. He was wearing khadi. No plans to invest mentally into any other movement except independence movement. And here is Bhakti Siddhanta telling him, you're an intelligent young man, go to West and preach in English. What is West at that time? Say America. America was following a policy of isolation because World War I had happened and America had nothing to do with world. हमारे यहाँ पे Atlantic Ocean है, we have Pacific Ocean. Some of you be there, some of you be there. Take care of yourselves, we have to take care of ourselves. It was a big isolation policy. America, which we see now, And later on, as they call it, international cop or international policeman, it was not that. Isolation. Who will go there? And why should they welcome? Plus, about Indians, India is a place of snake charmers. Even later in 1970s, movies like Indiana Jones popularized it. India is a land of snake charmers and crazy goddess and goddesses, gods and goddesses. So Prabhupada was aghast. Who will follow these instructions? But bhakti hops, right? Shraddha hops, bhav hops, it hopped. Prabhupada accepted him as Guru, but how many years it took? 22 to 65. Actually, 22 to 54 when he took Vanaprastha, but till then he was really not sure. The actual going to West happened when? 1965? How many years? 43 years? So maybe we also can wait some time. When instruction has been given, instead of, in Hindi there is a dialogue, abhi joote moje khol ke utar ke baithna hi hai. We don't have to sometime. We can meditate, we can pray, and whole ingredient will be provided by Śrī Guru only, period. Srila Prabhupada would say what? All the disciples have been sent by whom? Bhakti Siddhanta only. So efficient cause and material cause is Guru only. Who are we? Only the yes man. I will do. I will increase my yesness. Right? That is surrender. So Guru Mukh aur na kari ho mane asha. And that's what then develops into Śrī Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttamagati Je Prasade Pure Sarva Asha Je Prasade Pure Sarva Asha. We start developing Rati. He is our dear friend. And this Rati increases. Interestingly, it also increases after, well, we really do not know who will leave the body first. We can also, right? There's no guarantee. But just in case that day arrives when the Guru leaves, he actually doesn't leave. The saints tell that first he was little limited in one sense. The body was there, he is geographically located in one place. But after he leaves the body, he becomes Vyapaka. He becomes Vibhu. And therefore, we can tap his mercy without even geographical considerations. And disciples start feeling that. After Srila Prabhupada left the body, disciples were thinking, how would they survive? They have lost their friend. But they stuck to his instructions and felt he became more available. Srila Prabhupada said, never ever I felt I was separated from Bhakti Siddhanta. When did Bhakti Siddhanta leave the body? 1936. 33 Prabhupads were initiated after 11 years. 22, 33. 36 left the body. 36 till 77. 41 years. Prabhupada said, never ever I felt Bhakti Siddhanta left me. So, Śrī Guru Charane Rati. Rati even grows in the absence of Guru, physical absence of the Guru as well. And this is the Uttama Gati. This is the best position to be in. Prabhupada would also joke sometimes when devotees would start to clamor around him, and he would say, which is more important? The mosquitoes, they are closest, but they are doing only harm, only biting me. Kind of Prabhupada was indicating that Vani is important. Je prasade pure sarva asha. Which asha? The asha of Krishna Prema Bhakti. That's what we are aspiring for, isn't it? And now Narottama Dāsa Thākura turns up to fervent prayers. Chakhudan dilo je, janme janme Prabhu she, Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito, Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito, Prema-bhakti-candrikā Aditya Vinachaya, Vedagaya-candrikā, Vedagaya-candrikā. Chakkudan dilo jai. You gave us the which chakshu? Charma chakshu we have, and we have really messed up with that, isn't it? There's a saying in Braj, in Hindi, सयाने बन के हम फंसे हैं, अब मूर्ख बन के निकलना है. वापस दोहरा. सयाने बन के फंसे हैं. Sayana means intelligent. Oh, I'm so intelligent. PhD. Dude, it means permanent head damage. Or permanent humility deficit. सयाने बन के वास्तव में हम फंसे हैं. We have got stuck. Now we have to become murkhas. Murkha in front of whom? First of all, Śrī Guru. And our acharyas have taught that. Rupa Goswami is going to Jagannath Puri. He's thinking of writing 2 plays. I think if it was the time of novels, they would have written novels also. But earlier it was plays, dramas. So he's thinking of writing 2 dramas, but Satyabhama comes in the dream and says, please, write 2. Then he goes to meet Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu says in a very cryptic voice, Ab paroksha deva hi priya. Thakur ji, soodhe na dekhe, na bole, tedo hi dekhe. Chalenge bhi to idhar. So he says, don't take Krishna out of Vrindavan because he never leaves Vrindavan. The Yadupati Krishna is actually an expansion. So don't take Krishna out of Vrindavan. And Rupa Goswami was combining the Vrindavan and Dwarka Leela together. So he thinks, my Satyabhama said, Guru is also saying, it must be true. And then it is written in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he says, I must contemplate on it deliberately, what is to be done. This is our first stage. That sadhaka first takes shelter of Guru. Diksha Guru as well as Shiksha Guru. And Rupa Goswami, when he writes Vidagdha Madhav, Vidagdha means cunning or playful. Vidagdha Madhav, playful Madhav. In the playful Madhav, he writes that he's Sutradhar. Sutradhar means director. The director, as a director, he's writing that I was sleeping and appeared in my dream Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev, Shivji. In Raj we say, Gopeshwar Mahadev, Har Har Shambhu, Khol De Bhakti Ke Tambu. That's why every time one visits, it's generally customary to visit first Gopeshwar Mahadev. And he really likes to hear Jayati Te Dikam Janmana Vraja Shayata Indira Shashvadatri Gopi Geet. Even if we don't understand the meaning, take a small gutta and recite in front of him. And amazingly, if we recite in the evening. Why? Because in the morning, it's all doodh and dahi and pani and everything is bathing. Devotees are also bathing along with Shivji. But in the evening, everything is dried out. He is dressed as Gopeshwar Mahadev. So Gopeshwar Mahadev appeared and said, there is a nice place called Keshi Tirtha near Govardhan. Now this Keshi Tirtha might be different than the Keshi Ghat which we see in Vrindavan. At this Keshi Tirtha, some beautiful pastimes that earlier happened, in which Krishna bedecked wonderfully as the master player of all the flutes was roaming around with his friends. And here only, near here only, gopis were searching for Krishna when he disappeared and the Ras Leela happened. Now, after 5,000 years, some Rasika, Bhavuka, Sadhakas have come here and they are longing to hear Krishna Katha. Longing to hear Krishna Katha. Eventually, it will happen in our lives also. Maybe it is happening already. That after we have collected sacks and sacks of tattva and siddhanta, of analysis, and sometimes we do paralysis by analysis also. We would like to close that sack, keep it in one place. You are there, I understand, tattva siddhanta is there, and we jump headlong into what? Krishna's pastimes. That's the reason Prabhupada, instead of translating, he was not sure whether he would leave the body how sooner. So he gave us what first? Krishna book. So Gopishwar Mahadev is telling, everybody is longing for Krishna Katha. Please write something and I will give you strength. Rupa Goswami is narrating that in Vidagdhamada, saying that I am not doing anything. Satyabhama said, do this way. Mahaprabhu said, do this way. And who is giving me the strength? Gopishwar Mahadev. And how clearly he is indicating that we are meant to respect gods and goddesses also, demigods and demigoddesses also. And Shiva, as we understand, is Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. And Rupa Goswami writes him as the Guru of all Gurus. He has such a respect for him. So, Gopishwar Mahadev gives the blessing, and now Rupa Goswami is ready. This happens in our life also. We get some instruction and bolt of enthusiasm, right? Sometimes in enthusiasm, we may reveal that instruction also everywhere on the internet. Later in the third session, we will say, see, Narottama Dāsa Thākura says, Apani bhajana katha na bataive jata tatha. Your internal realizations must not be broadcasted. And Rupa Goswami now goes into the second phase of a disciple. The first phase was utsaha, when you receive instruction. Second is you feel humility also. Aham varaka rupopi. I am a small Shudra being. Second verse of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is Hridayasya prenaya pravartito ham varaka rupopi. Varaka is like low born. Tasya hare pada kamalam vande Sri Chaitanya Deva. So Sri Chaitanya has told, but I am Varak. So Jiva Goswami gives a twist. Well, is the best. But we feel humility. Then we do what? We take shelter of association, of like-minded devotees who understand and motivate us. So the Sutradhar here, he's the director and he's saying, hey, how will I do? Who will understand? These are extremely learned people, 2, 3 PhDs. They will find fault in me. He's writing that. They might find fault in my creation. How can I do that? But then he's having doubt also. Water, if it is washed from Shalagram Shila, anybody can drink, huh? And even if a low-born person can light a fire, it can give heat. So he's oscillating. But then comes the third phase of a disciple's journey, association of like-minded. He has an assistant director called the assistant Sutradhar. He said, why are you thinking about all of this? Those who want to appreciate, they will appreciate, like cuckoos. Mango shoots are anyway meant for cuckoos, not for camels and owls and crows. So our association then gives us strength that we follow the instruction. So first we get the instruction from our Diksha and Shiksha. Then we feel humility and we have doubt. But then in association, we get ready. And he got ready and he wrote Vidagdha Madhava, the playful Krishna act. So Chakkudan Dilo Jai. This Chakkudan, not the Charma Chakshu, not which has made us so-called intelligent, but Pragya. That's why in India we use interesting words. Dukan band nahi karna, dukan badhana. Don't close the shop. Oh, no, I don't know what. How will you explain in Hindi? Or if somebody has maybe a part missing, you call it Divyang. He has a transcendental limb, right? And if somebody is blind, he doesn't have eyes, externally what you'll say, he is Pragya Chakshu, which means he has internal eyes. And we have seen many saints in India who when even given the benediction by Radha and Krishna, they said, no. This is really useful in Vrindavan. This thing. Because you can close it and hide it. Right now, the monkeys do not have the monkey intelligence to even. I mean, it is evolving like artificial intelligence. MI is evolving. Currently, it is specs and fruity. So the saint was telling me, why don't you do LASIK surgery? You know the LASIK surgery. I said, no, Baba. Currently, Kala Akshar, Sham Barabar. Currently, if I don't have specs, the crazy things which are also happening in holy places, you don't get to see it. But when you enter the temple, you can only focus on deities. So it's good. This is the sentiment which our acharyas have told us, that strengthen the ear rather than strengthening the. So, Chakku Dan Diloje from the ear, Janme Janme Prabhu Shel. That devotee is saying that you've been doing this for many, many births, and I want to remain under your lotus feet for many, many births. There's a deep philosophy here. Even after leaving the body, suppose we get liberated and go there, we'll be serving under our gurus only. They will have a spiritual form and we'll be under them. This is called youth, not the Y-O-U-T-H, but the Sanskrit, youth, which means group. And Prabhupada would say, we will have an ISKCON up there, but Mr. Nair must stay here. Mr. Nair, who gave him really trouble in Ras Bihari. So Prabhupada would say, we'll have an ISKCON there, but Mr. Nair must stay. So Chakkudan. And from that, Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. Divya Gyan, the transcendental knowledge. Prema Bhakti Jaha Hoite, Avidya Vinasha Jaite. Vede Gai Jahara Charito. And Vedas extol the glories. Sanatan Dharma, if we see, nothing works without the acceptance of Guru. We may be not there right now in terms of initiation, etc. Those are details. But in the heart, without the acceptance of a Guru, sooner or later, nothing works. One saint would say, there was a movement which started, maybe with good intentions, we do not know, that Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Guru karne ki jarurat nahi hai. You don't need to have Guru. So the saint would say that has our ahankar become so strong that there can't be even one person whom we can hear? Let me repeat. Has our pride become so lofty that there can't be even one person whom we can hear? That one person is Guru, isn't it? So Vede Gai Jahara Charita, because without the Guru, nothing can happen. Actually, we are belligerent beings making wrong choices. But Krishna would not like to change our nature because it's not Krishna's nature to change the nature. And he won't change the nature of Maya also. So what is the outcome? Some of us have become harmoniums. Some of us have become mridangas. Some are being beaten like this. Some are being plucked by the Maya. We are all become instruments. Krishna must do something. So, Śrī Guru-karuna sindhu adhama janara bandhu lokanath lokera divan lokanath lokera divan Aha Prabhu karo daya deho mare pada jaya Aha Prabhu karo daya deho mare pada jaya He is the person who is sent by Krishna to break the checkmate, the stalemate. We are not changing our nature. Maya is making us musical instruments. So something should happen. Who stops the check? Who does the mediation? Śrī Guru, because he is Karuna Sindhu. He comes and gives us Divya Gyan Prakashito. And we change our natures. We are Adham, And he is Adhama Janara Bandhu, friend. Sometimes Krishna himself comes as Guru, sometimes he empowers other beings as Guru. Sometimes he empowers many different beings in our lives, and sometimes those beings just evaporate after some time. How many times it has even happened that person who has brought us to Krishna consciousness is not there in Krishna consciousness. So, from a very external point of view, or not in our vicinity. Amazing, mysterious ways Krishna works. That's why now he's saying, Lokanath Lokera Jivana. He's hinting his guru also. Narottama Dasa's guru is Lokanath Goswami. And he's crying, Ha ha Prabhu Korodaya. Deho More Padachaya. In fact, this is the best way to begin our chanting. Who gave us the name? Śrī Guru. Suna hoga Hare Krishna Hare Ram through Devanand Prabhu. But this Hare Krishna mantra in its pristine form, the way it should be chanted, the way it will culminate, and please, it will culminate. We have gotten the Brahman Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev. Guru Krishna Kripa Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. Aa gaya hai, mano ya nahi mano. It will not stop until it will take us to the lotus feet of Krishna. Not only lotus feet of Krishna, in a specific Swarup. No other practice is needed in our line, the Saraswat line. It's just madness after holy name. Bija has come. Depending on how much we do Shravanadi Jal, the Bija will fructify. Just like in impersonalist also, they have Sarva Khalva Idam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. I'm not giving Mayavad class, not converting, don't worry. Tattva Masi. There is one more, four Vakyas. And it is said, if you have heard from the mouth of a self-realized Swayam Brahman, not Swayam Bhagwan, Swayam Brahman, then it's just a matter of time that Mahavakya will grab you and take you and merge you into Brahman. It's called Bam Gola. The Bam Gola is there in your heart. It will burst. We have also gotten Bam Gola from Guru. Maybe we have not taken initiation, but we have gotten it. Now it will fructify. Sooner or later, sometimes it will get covered, sometimes it will accelerate, sometimes it will give little fruits, sometimes it will dry, but it will. And one of the best way to accelerate that is Ha ha Prabhu Korodaya, beseeching the Guru. Best way to start chanting is that Śrī Gurudev. That's why in some sampradayas, some of us are second initiated, so in some sampradayas, they also chant one round of the Guru Gayatri. We had the Guru Gayatri, Ram Gayatri, and Gopal Mantra, Gopal Gayatri, and of course the Bija Mantras. So they sometimes even chant Guru Gayatri. Some people like to Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasari, Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Some people do one mala of that also, and every round, so maybe some before every mantra also. So they have like 20 minutes for one round. Not like that, but some devotees do Guru Gayatri also. Why? Because kind of beseeching the Guru. We may not do that, but at least we can be in this mood of Ha ha Prabhu Korodaya, Deho More Pada Chaya. This finishes the section of Śrī Guru Mahima. Now, do I have little more time? Depending on, we started late, but I don't want to cross beyond the limit. I wanted to cover a little bit more, so 10 minutes more. I think we were doing Bhojan Seva till 7:15. So now we'll do little bhajans. Kyunki bin bhojan na hoy bhajan gopala. That's also said. After this, we go to Shri Vaishnava Mahima. Yes, because Guru Mahima is not in silos. Vaishnava Mahima should also be together. We already said what is the first stage of a disciple? He gets the instruction. Second stage, bewilderment and feeling low, whether he or she will be able to fulfill. Third is association of devotees. We saw that in the life of Rupa Goswami, how he came to write Vidagdha Madhav and Lalita Mata. Srila Prabhupada also, he got the instruction, then he's like thinking. Sri Bhakti Siddhanta is coming in the dreams, takes sannyas, and he's thinking. He's in fact arguing also in the dream, in one sense. Even while he comes to US, he's thinking going back by going to the harbor and saying, just imagine. I was so discouraged. This is how this movie begins, Hare Krishna movement. The mantra, the movement, and the Swami who did it all. Prabhupada said that all his manuscripts were stolen, the typewriter was broken, and Prabhupada said, I was discouraged. Of course, this is his Leela, but it happens in our life, right? Not all the days we wake up on the same side of the bed. Sometimes we wake up like, कुछ तो चल रहा है, क्या चल रहा है हमें भी नहीं पता है. And that's why our acharyas tell us, begin the transcendental vibration as soon as possible. ASAP का सही प्रयोग यहाँ होता है. As soon as possible. We start a lecture. किन्हीं किन्हीं का तो अलार्म ही होता है. अरे मूर्ख, जागो, क्या सो रहे हो? You remember that? I think it is Nav Yogendra Maharaj का एक lecture में किसी ने somebody clipped that. So the ring is, अरे मूर्ख, अभी तक सो रहे हो, जागो. Or for some it is, जीव जागो, गौरा चंद्र बोले. Next line is, कोटा निद्रा जायो माया, पिशाचीर बोले. पिशाची की गोद में काई को सो रहे हो है, जागो. So that jagna happens when we are in association of devotees, and therefore he starts this Vaishnava Charana Renu Bhushan Toriya Jaha hoite anu Jaha hoite anu Bhajan Sadhu Sanghe Ajnana Avidya Ajnana Avidya Raghunaitat tapasanayati nachejaya nirvapanat grihatva, and in the end what? Vina padarajo bhishekam. If you don't smear your bodies with the dust of the devotees, सुनने और सुनाने से कछु भी नहीं होता है. हम सुनते रहे और सुनाते रहे. फैमिली वालों को तो बहुत सुनाते हैं. They are like always available. And we think always eager to listen. But करने से बहुत कुछ होता है. In fact, this is the blessing of sattva guna. Then the moment person hears a good instruction, then sunna and sunana is kept in the back seat. What comes is implementation. The implementation for a devotee is Vaishnava Charana Renu Bhushana, as an ornament, Koriya Tanu. What does it mean? Literally also we do that. Although sometimes devotees get on the case, and then fights also start happening. They start pulling each other's legs. This happens in Indian ashrams, I have seen. Bhushana Koriya Tanu. Jaha hoite, and what will happen because of this? When instead of only Sunna and Sunana, we do Karna, especially Bhushana Koriya Tanu. Literally and figuratively, it means taking the instruction. Anubhava hoy. Anubhava means what? Experience. The whole rush is after experience. After many years, that's what is the crib, right? You know, the crib. Crib is the crib in which kids also sleep. But it's the crib we also do. कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा है. What is this हो नहीं रहा है? Many things are happening also, but the anubhav, that's our hankering, right? All of us. At least Das can speak about himself that anubhav seems to be very far. We get little free samples of bliss that Krishna is orchestrating our lives. But then we want a full-fledged anubhav also, right? Trailer se kaam thodi chalega. You need a movie, full movie. Marjana, and with that Vaishnava Charana Renu, when we keep them closer and we are humble, we take their instructions also, primarily in front of Shiksha, then Marjana Hoy Bhajan. This is amazing. This is great Vani of Narottama Dāsa Thākura. What is bhajan? Sadhana. And for us who are in line of Prabhupada, it means both the bhajan and the bhajan seva. Because for us, the seva is in the womb of bhajan, or bhajan is in the womb of seva. Both go hand to hand together. We have gotten such a specific seed that if we lock ourselves up for 1 year just doing chanting, we'll come out as tigers after that 1 year to catch everybody and download. Because that seed is very special. It is coming up with a Jiva Doya seed. Our acharyas have done it for 10 years. He was chanting a billion names. And then what did he do? Bhakti Siddhanta became such a magnanimous preacher that he was telling if you want to cook meat, but they should chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Such compassion. It may not be there in other sampradayas, but especially our Vaishnava sampradayas, we can speak about how Sri Ramanujacharya blessed his disciples to go and conquer the world. And no wonder Bhakti Siddhanta took that spirit from Ramanujacharya. Where is the sannyas coming in our line? It's actually coming from Sri Ramanujacharya. So we have that seed. But this will be marjan. Marjan, safai hogi uski. Seva will be refined and the bhajan will be refined. Process of Shravan Kirtan will be refined. And sadhu sange anukshana. As in moment by moment, anukshana we do sadhu sangha, it will be refined. That's why it's always a good idea to be in the association. If not all the while, because we have different natures. Some have recluse natures, right? For 1 hour of association, they need 3 hours of discharging. Sometimes it happens. For some, 1 hour of recluse would mean like now, okay, 10 days I have to stay with somebody only. We have different propensities. Based on our propensities, we have to orchestrate our own sadhu sangha. Ajnana avidya parajay. This is Sri Vaishnava Mahima, but what is Vaishnava Mahima without glorifying the generals of our Vaishnava army? Who are they? Jaya Sanatana Prema-bhakti-candrikā Jogala Ujvala Jogala Ujvala These two verses are glorifying Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. In Braj Lord, they are called Kupa. Kupa means well. They are, if you go up, they are Rasa Kupa, Prema Bhakti Rasa Kupa, and Jugala Ujvala Maya Tanu. The Prema Bhakti, which is directed toward a Jugala who have Ujval Maya Tanu. It could also mean for Sanatan Rupa who were very beautiful. Jahara Prasada Loka. Actually, it is their prasad which we are reaping. Nobody in the history kind of separated the strands of karma and jnana in this particular way. In fact, this should be our meditation. That now we are in different duties of life, somehow strangled, maybe because we are two sayanas also. But our hope is that one day all our food would be Srila Prabhupada books and Goswami books. Maybe we kind of will start developing that acumen towards these books. Right now we get khujli, khujli, itch to do many things because, well, those choices we have made in our lives, right? Some is intellectual khujli, some is emotional khujli, some is khujli. But hope one day that will be preeminent occupation, in fact, the only occupation. Prabhupada writes in the purports to one of the verses, I think it's Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunaya Vatirna Kalau, that even to enter into the mood of Vrindavan, I am paraphrasing, we can only appreciate it through books like Vidagdha Madhava and Lalita Madhava, in which that mood is given, in which everybody is thinking of uniting Radha and Krishna and basking in their love. So, Prema Bhakti Rasa Ko Jahara Prasade Lok Pasarila Sabashok. Sabashok, all lamentation. Actually, the lamentation, the Nitant, or the extreme destruction of lamentation will be possible only in the absorption in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. That's what Mahaprabhu said. That's all our acharyas said. And that is what Srimad Bhagavatam says by repeating one verse, which should not be repeated. Because in Sanskrit, if you reduce half a matra, you rejoice as though you got one baby. Ardha matra laghavena putrotsavam jayate. Adhi matra ke kam hone se, it's the joy like you got a child. So why would they repeat the verse? But it must be repeated. Kitaha peshas krataruddha kudyayam tamanusmaran. The insect captures the wasp captures the insect, puts in the hole. The insect keeps thinking and becomes a. Why is this repeated again? Why Prahlad Maharaj is repeated? And in the 11th canto, who is repeating? Thakurji. Because he has said in Bhagavad Gita, Mai eva mana adhatsva mai buddhim niveshaya. Why he is so much after investments, but not anywhere to him? Because he knows Pasarila Shaba Shok. Only Nitant Shoka, lamentation, will go and that absorption is there, which will come by following the orders of our Gurudev. And who is coming in the line of whom? The generals, Rupa and Sanatana. Now, what did they do? Jugala Madharu Rasashraya. We spoke about it. Jugala Prema Bhakti Riti Jata. Riti. Riti means a culture. They have described much culture of bhakti. How? By giving us 9 steps. Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha. By giving us Anya Bhilashita Shunyam. By giving us that karma and jnana should be separated. So they have given us different riti. Riti means krama or a sequence. They have made it as science. Not so that we look at others and say, Prabhu, abhi to anarth mein vriti mein atke hai. No, for us. It's very important for us to analyze, and if we are close with some devotee whom we trust, who does not believe in broadcasting, who has a good digestive system, then we can run this. Actually, it's our prayer that Krishna send us a Prabhupada-nuga in that manner whom we can discuss. We see some of our seniors, some of our sannyasi Maharajas, how they have few close friends and they keep discussing and they keep what all ras Puran would be happening in their association, we can't even imagine. That's our prayer also. That one day we find a person whom we can share and then check where in the riti we are there, in the kram we are there. That's the reason they have provided the riti. So for us to check. Likhi achena doi mahashai. They have written all of this. Jahara shravana hoite, premanande bhase chitte. How? Because we'll get the impetus to move on. Unless goal is there, we don't budge an inch. Try it out. Don't give a goal of chanting. Nothing gonna happen. In a temple in India, a person would come and say, why are you chanting on beats? Counter. I can do Sola Mala on this. You don't need a beat. So one senior person told, okay, go and chant and come and bring your count. It was not even 1728. No, not even more than, it was not even 108. It was 104. So the person realized counting is important, beads are important, and keeping a goal is important. He was thinking, no, goal is not needed. Hote, 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 din mein ho jayega. Nahi hota. In fact, one of the saints, what they do, they calculate everything. The rounds you do while sitting, the rounds you do while standing, the rounds you do while walking, the rounds you may do while talking also. Why? The sincerity. Because if the goal is not there, the impetus to move on is not there. Since they provided us the goal that Shraddha will come, then Sadhu Sangha will come, then Bhajana Kriya will come. Tangible goals, right? Then Ruchi will come, then Asakti will come. In Ruchi, we like the devotional process. In Asakti, we like the person behind the devotional process, Radha Krishna. In Ruchi, we are Krishna conscious, we are Krishna service conscious more. In Asakti, we are Krishna conscious in one sense. Once we know these, we have an impetus to move on. But that's why Premananda Bhase Chitte. Jugala Madhura Rasashray. Now he ends with this. Jugala Kishora Prema Lakhavana Jita Eno Dhana Prakashilo Jana Eno Dhana Prakashilo Jana Jaya Rupanam Devo More Premanam Jaya Rupanam Devo More Premanam Tera Tana More Kole Har Tera Tana Kole Har. Again a prayer that Jugal Kishore Prem, the love of Jugal Kishore is Lakhabana Jeno Hem. The gold which is purified thousands and lakhs of times. It is jubilant. It's that pure. Nothing of this world can compare. And those who have gotten a little taste of it and a glimpse of it, they cannot trade for anything else. No matter how many obstacles are brought. Heno dhana prakashilo jara. That dhana is prakashilo is been broadcasted by them. And therefore, Jaya Roop Sanatana Deho More Prema Dhana. And I will do what? I mean, when you get gold, you make some ornaments. I'll make the ornament of that dhana. In the end of these prayers, Narottama Dāsa says, Narottama ei tattva gaje. He screams loud and says all this tattva. So we just looked at the song 1 today of Narottama Dāsa Thākura. He began with the Śrī Guru-pūja, worship of Śrī Guru, telling us the intention behind taking this shelter, how we fumble also, but we hold fast to it. in association of devotees and reminding ourselves that we are Rupa Sanatananugas. Next, he will jump to Uttama Bhakti, which is tomorrow, and the last part will be Jugala Prem Seva, in which he directly dives into Vrindavan Rasa, Braja Bhakti. Narottama Dāsa Thākura lived in Vrindavan, and then he went abroad to Bengal and Orissa and established those tenets of Braj Bhakti because his Shiksha Guru Jiva Goswami wanted it. With that, we end the session. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, we can take questions, comments. I know we are the half hour of bhojan in the beginning became a little half hour of bhajan in the end. I guess it is maybe balanced. So questions or comments, reflections, and then we'll do a quick 5-minute kirtan and end 9:05. Any reflection also? What stuck with you? Devnath Hari Prabhu ki jai, aapke pizza ki.
जब आपने गुरु चरण पद्मा के बारे में बता रहे थे, I was trying to search the verses. ये प्रभु कहाँ गाया जाता है, किस समय गाया जाता है?
Oh, so this Śrī Guru-pūja is what we sing in Guru Aarti daily, and this is the first song. There are 9 songs, total 120 payars, we call it. First song has 10 verses. First 4 is the Guru Puja, and the next 4 is Śrī Vaishnava Mahima, which we do. The first 4 we sing every day, right? Śrī Guru-pūja. And this is in particular directed towards Srila Prabhupada. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I think I heard you mention that in one Bihari temple there is a verse by Amrendra Prabhu.
Yes.
Can you tell us?
I don't remember. I think we can Google. We can find out. It is a glorifying Bana Bihari now, something like that. It is there. So I just saw it. A picture of that. The Radha Bana Bihari is there. A picture of Radha Krishna is there, and then there was a verse. Yeah, it should be there on the internet. It has to be. And then it is written disciple of Param Pujya Radha Govindas Maharaj. So black, nice is that. Yes, yes. Ji.
You mentioned that when the Rupa Goswami going to Jagannath Puri, and you mentioned the line is that Thakur ji seedhe na dekhe, tere hi dekhe. So just elaborate that sentence and give
Okay.
1-2 more few examples related to that, so we understand the nature of Thakur.
Okay, maybe I have to sing a song then, which we also sung yesterday. सब ही अंग को बाको गिरधर सब ही अंग को बाको. He is teda in all anga. बाकी चाल चरत गोकुल में, बाकी चाल चलत गोकुल में. And then Paramanandas Thakur ends as बाको हृदय है ताको. ताको means uska hridaya hai baako, teda. What does that mean? Literally also it means he doesn't walk straight, because he has to satisfy all the devotees. So sometimes he is going and stealing the butter, sometimes isko chhed rahe hain, unko chhed rahe hain, idhar se flower utha rahe hain. And if you also see deities pictures, right, you know, the sidelong glances, right, kataksh. He's very good in that. Also it means baako hridaya hai taako. Paroksha Deva hi priya. Sometimes you wonder, right? Krishna, please reveal the divine plan you are having. It's too opaque. It's very difficult. It doesn't get revealed at the end. In fact, all the philosophical questions and controversies will not get resolved until we see Krishna. They guthi hi bani rehti, and in fact, they are sort of in one way kind of are stopping us intellectually also. Sometimes we get lost in controversies and devotion is lost. So Krishna comes in our life also in very mysterious ways. That is also the meaning that he doesn't walk straight. सूधे सूधे नहीं चलते, टेढ़े चलते हैं. I mentioned this in the context that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not directly indicating to him that right to place. He is just telling that don't take Krishna out of Vrindavan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would have directly told, right? I know you're writing to place. Anyway, I am the Paramatma. Yad Advaitam Brahmopanishadi tadapyasya tanubha. And then I am the Antaryami. So I know everything. Why don't you separate the place? No, he will not tell that. Take our lives also, right? Where were we? Round turn. Sometimes we almost do a roundabout turn, come back to the same place, but maybe our maturity increases. So we ask Krishna, "Pehli bata dete." But he doesn't. And that's the fun. In Braj, that's why if Krishna acts, then the Braj Bhaktas also act. That's the reciprocation. Does that help you a little bit? Thank you. Mataji, you had a question? Comment? Yes.
So Guru is eternal, as you heard that. So if Guru is eternal, we have taken so many births before and we might take that birth after all.
Yeah.
So in the previous, if we are coming to spiritual life in this birth, in the previous life was he there for us to guide us? Or like in the next birth we're going to take, is it going to be is it the Guru tattva or is the Guru the person?
First of all, we can.
Repeat the question.
I know Sujata Radhika.
Oh my God.
So the question is that we take Guru is eternal. We take shelter of Guru. What happens in previous life? But did we take, and what happened there in the future lives? If the Guru comes, and in the previous life also, does he come as the person or the tattva? That's the question. Did I understand correctly? I think before that we can make a humble prayer. The humble prayer is that no thinking about next life. I think that sort of Ditha means that conviction, even though if it is theoretical, let's have that theoretical conviction also last life. Because the moment we start giving a little leeway, that something might happen. The conviction may go down. Mind is very tricky. We don't have to tell our plans and especially our fears to mind. It can play on it. So that's our whole prayer that no next life. What happens for us? Now we can talk maybe about others. So yes, Guru is guiding us. Sometimes we don't take the shelter. So here, the Guru Tattva comes, in fact, in different forms. Sometimes spoken through somebody, sometimes we don't know, manifesting in different ways. And that would have surely happened in the past because our journey never completed. And if the journey doesn't complete, because the fact is there, the Guru will come, maybe in different form. It may be through some initiation in some other way. It may not be. We do not know. Bhagavad Gita says, Shrimatam Shuchinam Gehe Yogo Bhrashto Bhijayate. And then it also, next verse, it says that if it's even much more favorable, then the person picks up from where he left. It has happened in our lives, right? We kind of got clicked. It's almost love at first sight with the Guru, right? Although we kind of describe in our literature that we observe the Guru for 6 months. Who observes? Sometimes but it's almost love at first sight. So where is that seed coming from? The seed is coming from that eternal relationship. That's why Janme Janme Prabhu Shei. And then if we or God, we have the conviction and prayer and humble efforts, we will put that at the end of this life, we go back home, back to Godhead. We'll have 2 forms, they say in Gaudiya. One will be the form of a participating in Navadvip Leela. There also our Guru will be in a form participating in Navadvip Leela. And in the Braja Leela also, where depending on the mood, based on the seed we have received and what we have cultivated, a particular youth will be there, and the person assigned to us will be our guru only. So yes, and so many stories are also there in literature. But Bilva Mangal Thakur, he says that the society girl to whom she was attached, Chintamani, he says this was my guru only, Somagiri. He creates a verse also in Karnamrita, Krishna Karnamrita. So there are these stories, and rest assured, nothing is coincidence. It's very much planned. We do have free will. Yeah, well, planned in the sense, resources are there. Now it's free will to remain ourselves available. And as we say in book distribution, just hit the pavement. Right? In Sankirtan, if we have fear of going to Sankirtan, just go there, give your attendance, and then Srila Prabhupada's mercy will take over. So does that help you, Matulu? Yes, yes. Mahadev, yes.
At this point, more bhakti, we pray to Gopeshwar Mahadev, we fulfill our wishes.
For Brajvas, people pray to Gopeshwar Mahadev because he gives the entrance, and that's the culture there.
One more question.
Yes.
You mentioned 2 points. I just speak louder than anything.
I just speak.
I
I speak louder. Yeah. Okay.
Second, you mentioned.
You know, eyes also speak louder than anything. That's the apple eye.
Yeah. Second, you mentioned.
Can I explain?
We should focus on which one.
Oh, so first one was a general statement that even if you put mask around, we can decipher people's emotions, right? So a lot gets revealed. We don't even have to speak. Eyes can speak a lot. In fact, it is said also the Guru casts mercy not only in the form of embraces, but also glance. And the second meant that given especially the world today, where it is very much distracting, and lot of the kama and krodha enters through eyes. Is it only me or everybody feels that? Yeah. But somehow, except for like some crazy sounds, some filter is here. You know, already a lot of things get filtered. So that's why our acharyas tell us strengthen the hearing. So that's what I said, that we can focus more on Shravana. Of course, reading is also Shravana. Shravana, because we are reading, and especially if we read a little louder, and it creates some dent. Earlier, there were no mechanisms of devices and things like that, and people were just bending their elbows and listening like this. We discovered the Vidura and Maitreya Samvad. So it's an Anata Kandarena, bent with the elbow and with the ears close to the person hearing. So we can all remember this picture in our mind, that how ears have to be made stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's also very true in chanting, isn't it? That we hear the syllables. Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
More questions, comments, reflections? Yes. Maybe we'll take that, and then maybe after we can also take yours. Yes, thank you.
A couple of things, Prabhuji, when you said about that brahmachari, Prabhuji, that I think association of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And you said that bhakti jumps from the heart of the devotee, hops, and volume in 3 stages, and then the prema also hops. So now when we are associating with the who is not here in front of us through their books, in that case also and they are premi bhaktas, in that scenario also prema will hop, or is it only when you are associating in person with a sadhu?
Very good question. See, everything is not here completely, all the I's dotted and T's crossed, as they say, right? It's a mystic process, so we do not know if maybe in the past life, if we have taken a lot of association of Premika Bhaktas and Bhavuka Bhaktas and come to that level, then just by reading, done, right? Kind of come to that level. Now, better not to assume that. So sometimes it happens, right? Sadhu Sangha gaye, kirtan karna hai, gala phat gaya. So then take whatever works to sing. Take a long, take offlet, take anything, whatever, right? We don't know kisse theek hoga. It was happening COVID time also, right? Giloid, take it. Kala, take it. Anything that works, take it. So that's why for us, anything we can do. Take their association also, and always be lookout for there might be in an unprecedented way, unseen way, some very simple devotee walking around us who may be at a very high level. Very simple, right? Need not be stupid person like us who are here sitting here and speaking. I'm being frank, some of us have been given seva, but that doesn't that must not create any hierarchy. We have seen simple folks sitting in Vrindavan. I can tell you one story. May I? During COVID time, this person was Karolpati. He left everything, I think Zurich or Switzerland. And because I was shuttling between Mumbai and Vrindavan, I would always see him sitting making malas for in the Gopal Bhatta Goswami Samadhi. Has anybody been there? Gopal Bhatta Goswami Samadhi near Radha Raman Prakatya Sthan. So he would always make malas. And he would speak fluent Braj Bhasha, Hindi, English. And I would see some devotees talking with him, and all the time malas for Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Radharaman. Must be an educated person, gave away everything. And one fine day we get the news, making mala, he left the body. Ab, somebody who, persons like us who we think only oratorship implies pure devotion, then we would miss out. This pure devotee was there. Even if we don't get to talk with them, just by being in vicinity with them, we get the jumps. I particularly now remember that chavi I cannot forget. It's making mala. And then making all the mala when all the darshanarthis are sent outside Radharaman. You know Radharaman, they have Radharaman Lal Jai 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 Shri Bhatta Gopal Mor Mukut Mathe Par Soye Urvajanti Mat. This they sing. Sabko fir bahar bhagate. And I saw him coming, bringing all the malas in this big katuri. And one fine day he leaves the body. So let's not miss out. Maybe some, most unknown and most like that person may be walking. Of course, not to say that those who are Maharajas who are giving us, basically remain alert. Those can be our greatest punji, greatest wealth. So whatever works. This is the only lifetime we have. Do seva, eat meva, whatever, whatever works. Does it help you? Thank you. हाँ माताजी. To Gopeshwar Mahadev, yes, to Shivji, yeah. Good. That is Geet Govind. Of course, Gopi Geet can be sung for Jagannath also, but the Geet Govind is what Jayadev Goswami wrote for Jagannath, and Jagannath loves it so much that the dress Geet Govind is written, and he wears this dress in the Bada Shringar. Yeah. Yeah. But Gopi Geet also, devotees sing. Anything about Vrindavan, Jagannath loves. He's actually Vrindavan Thakur. He's Radha Bhava Vidhura Krishna. He's hankering for Radha Bhava. So we'll be very happy. Oh, finally some Brajvasis came. Yes, Prabhu.
I remember you made a nice statement saying the association of like-minded devotees is very important. So I was thinking, what if I remove the like-minded part over there?
Oh, you'll just keep scratching your head throughout. You are a fundraiser, somebody comes, Prabhu, what fundraising? Let's go and serve cows. You got it? Like-minded is that particular wavelength. It's our youth group. We associate with everybody, but we all find our little groups, which is bona fide. Chandravali had a group. You know, if we somehow read Rupa Goswami books, Baapre, he gives so many groups. Atyantika, Adhika, Prakhara, Madhya, Mridvi. Then it becomes, it's like categorization. For what? Kind of impressing upon us also. That's totally okay for us to find our little tiny groups. Yeah? Not to create boundaries that, hey, not like that. But actually, our devotion will manifest much more beautifully and fragrantly. Correct? Because everybody has different approach, isn't it? If there is a writer, he's writing 6 hours daily. Somebody says, wasting time. पेज को काला करने का हेतु है तुम्हें? कागज को काला और क्यों कर रहे हो? Already लोगों ने काला नहीं किया है क्या? So see, there's a difference in understanding. Yeah. So that's why we find a like-minded associate. Sajati ashray snidhe sadhau swato vare. Rupa Goswami gives that instruction. Find affectionate people, find sadhu-like people, find like-minded people, and please try to look at them, their qualities. There should be something in them which you feel inspired. Swato vare. Otherwise, you'll get bored. Does that help you, Satvik? Thank you. Good question. More thoughts, comments, reflections? Yes, Prabhu.
I was thinking about the point you mentioned, how, some devotees come and then they pass, like gurus. Could be Shiksha Guru, Narottama Dāsa Guru.
Where is Narendra Mullik who took Prabhupada to Bhakti Siddhanta? We don't hear about him, right?
So I was wondering, especially Vartama Pratyaksha Guru, who introduces a pretty important person.
Yeah.
But even devotees move to different places.
Yeah.
And even Shiksha Gurus, mentors.
Yeah.
So then when you go to another place, you find them there, and it's kind of hard to keep contact with the ones you started with. So how do you...
To keep the contact?
How do you balance that, or,
A factor, or in Vrindavan, R factor. Actually, they are orchestrating the journeys. So sometimes you have to just surrender. Not keep grudges, freely dole out forgiveness, freely accept forgiveness. But then let's not be hung up also when people move and come, because you really can't control, isn't it? So kind of that detachment is important as well. Bhagavatam repeats that detachment, just like two logs come in the water and then they separate. What to do? They separated. But in our hearts of hearts, we can remember them. Even when they leave the body, we can do loving exchanges with them, because the soul doesn't go. In fact, that will help release them and release us. It's a science of loving exchanges. So, detachment about the physical sort of situation, but internally we can be prayerful. And that will keep us cool-headed. Does that help you? Thank you. Anything else? Any other comments? Yes, Prabhu.
You could please share a little bit more about the Shiksha group. Sometimes we say in Srimad Bhagavatam there were the 24 gurus. So observing others, or from whomever we learn, today we're sitting in this class or that class, we learn life things. Or mentors, guides, like in Chaitanya Charitamrita 1.47, a very specific and a very deep meaning of Shiksha Guru.
Do you remember that verse?
I know the I don't know the exact, but it says treating the Shiksha Guru is one whom you treat as good as Bhagwan.
In fact, the first was Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan Isham Isha Avatarakan. That Gurun also means Shiksha Gurus also. Jiva Goswami mentions in Bhakti Sandarbha that we may hear from different Shravana Gurus. Shravana Gurus, we hear right from different. But then based on our tendencies, inclination, based on chemistry matches, it will boil down that one or two will become specific. Sometimes one becomes specific Shiksha Guru, and often that Shiksha Guru becomes Shiksha Guru ke dachani Krishna Rasul. Yeah. In fact, that's the Vande Gurun also. That Gurun is plural in Shiksha and Diksha, right? So we treat them with respect and reverence. So that's what I was saying. Many Shravan Gurus, but then hote it becomes specific. That person becomes Shiksha Guru, and oftentimes that person only becomes Diksha Guru also. Now, how specific? When specific? Let it be mystical. Again, not cannot be triangulated. We feel in our hearts, and sometimes we also have to take steps of reciprocation. So very important, and it might take. It's like a friendship also, and it might take many years. But we have to watch out for it because Shiksha is also a very important component of our bhakti. In fact, it should not stop. Show must go on, transcendental vibration must also go on. Does that help you? Thank you. So we are 9:20. Like way beyond that part. So we do keep, should we, or we can?
If you have questions, you can continue.
Okay.
Please keep us.
Sure,
Do you want to do 5-minute kirtan? Yeah.
So it is. So should we do kirtan now, or any other comments, blessings, feedback, corrections, anger? Let it be translated.
Corner.
Okay, go ahead. Corner. Somewhere. मैं आपसे अच्छा.
Desire for desire is not desire.
Desire for desire is problematic. This is a little technical concept. We all have desires, but we can still practice Uttama Bhakti. But we should not maintain the desires. अपने desire है कि desire आ गई, movie देखना है. अब maintaining it, planning it, and maybe going also. See, the desire popped in because of our inclinations, but we don't act on it. We don't maintain it. There's a difference. Desires are already created by a prarabdha, right? We did ul jalul things in the past. That's also a Hindi word. Then, but we don't maintain it. And that's also an aparadh to holy name. Does that make sense?
Sometimes we think if we will not maintain, then we will means go out of dated like that. Our parents, like our parents.
That's the fine line we all have to tread.
So we shouldn't be maintained.
Ideally, yes, we should not be maintaining. Sometimes we be given to it. Sometimes we end up maintaining. That we can humbly pray that Krishna give us strength. Thank you. So I think we do kirtan.
And yeah. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You can stand in space. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare